When it comes to web applications, people tend to judge the book by its cover. If it's nice and clean on the outside, they are keen to use it. However, it's on the inside that all the magic happens. So today, we'll show you how to marry business logic with technology to maximize applications' usability, especially if it leaves a lot to be desired until now. I'm Alexandra, Senior Content Marketing Specialist at Merixstudio, and this is how we do it. In this series, we present you with specific design and development challenges and explain how we deal with them at Merixstudio. Every case is based on our own experience and projects we've worked on so far. In this episode, we'll take a closer look at our client from the solar energy sector who's based in Western Europe. Their application is supposed to help salespeople prepare the most accurate calculations and proposals for their customers. The product has a lot to offer. It estimates energy production and consumption, visualizes data, and prepares detailed offers for the customers. It all sounds great in theory, but in practice, the amount of actions puts a burden on the application, causing it to work slowly and ineffectively. How to make the most of the existing solutions while adding value for the stakeholders? See how we do it at Merixstudio. Let's start with the biggest challenges. Firstly, the overall experience of the product is rather harsh. The abundance of features can empower salespeople, but accessing them takes way more time and effort than it should. Then, onboarding new employees to the tool can be tricky. On top of that, the company has grown and evolved, and so the solution stopped meeting users' expectations. Sounds like a lot? Well, there's more. The second issue is the tool's performance. At the beginning, the product was basically a spreadsheet with a complex algorithm. Simply put, its function was to ensure the precision of the calculations. As the tool contains a massive amount of data, processing it takes a long time. What's more, users access the solution via SharePoint, so the environment is not entirely stable. Not to mention that a spreadsheet doesn't really facilitate the entire selling process. Now that you know the problems, it's time to learn about the solutions. My expert today is Bartek, our Python developer. So Bartek, how about the high-level changes in the product?
Improvement of a product like that should be conducted on a few levels, as we need to take care of more than one thing at a time. Looks are not everything, but in this particular case, they do matter. That's why the design work comes first. Our app is all about the data, so we need to find a way to visualize it properly. Almost 90 screens and dozens of video calls with the client later, we managed to achieve a cohesive, light-looking and fast-working facade. Remember, you make a first impression once, so make it a good one. Secondly, it's okay for the tool to be complex, but not overwhelming. An application of this kind needs a lot of features to prepare a calculation or an offer for the customer. But it doesn't mean all of them should be visible at first glance. Plan tools look wisely, prioritizing the essentials over the additions. A well-organized structure and navigation in application help keep information architecture clean and consistent. And lastly, think long-term, because the company and the product will evolve. Scalable design is one thing, but scalable code is equally, if not more important. Following coding standards like KISS or YACNI and writing clear acceptance criteria makes code lucid and concise. It also lays the foundations for possible changes. They will come sooner than you think.
Now that you mentioned the code, let me ask you about performance. How would you boost it in this very case?
We've been there before, so I have a couple of solutions to share. To begin with, a spreadsheet may handle big data calculations effectively, but it's not exactly fit for creating user interfaces or sales offers, especially in a growing organization. That's why it has to be transformed into custom software, transferring the former solution's logic into it. There are technologies that may easily handle the number of calculations, like Python connected with Pandas or NumPy library. And they may be a huge help here. A clear, organized code on the backend will increase the application's speed and stability. Secondly, taking a deep dive into the product's business logic and thinking about the best ways to translate it into something new is a key in such optimization. In this case, we deal with a very good algorithm inside the app. We need to treat it respectfully, squeeze the best out of it and elevate it with some good technological solutions. That's the most effective way of realizing the full potential of a product that needs a revamp. Last but not least, integrations with external services may really make a difference. In a former version of the app, all the data was hidden inside. No wonder it tended to crash a lot. It's always worth remembering that performance is crucial to app's success. And think about the work optimization for the users. Connecting the tool to the external solutions will automatically perform actions that users would otherwise need to do manually. Sounds like a win-win situation, right?
Now that's what I call useful advice. Thank you, Bartek, for walking us through complex backend matters in such an approachable way. Do you feel like your application could use a backend audit? If so, follow our advice and let it shine brighter than ever. Thanks for watching, and see you in another How We Do It episode.